Welcome to a really bright and sunny Edinburgh Botanic Gardens. We've got a fantastic old sweet chestnut behind us, which is very appropriate because we're going to tell you a little bit today about the Check a Chestnut campaign. So this is a partnership with the Royal Horticultural Society, and it's all about getting you out and about and checking your local sweet chestnuts for signs of pests and diseases. It's going to be about the leaves through most of the summer, and these are spear-shaped, quite large, with jagged teeth along the edges. So how does that differ from horse chestnut? Well, horse chestnut has a leaf that looks a bit like a hand, and it's described as palmate. So we can think of it as having 5 or even 7 fingers to its leaf. Horse chestnut also has proper flowers, and these are really big, showy white flowers that will be appearing in kind of late April, May time. Sweet chestnut looks very different in terms of its flowers. They are more like catkins that we're used to seeing on hazel, for example, and they appear much later in the summer. Once the flowers have happened, we look at the fruits. Horse chestnut is also known as the conker tree. So this has the conkers that we can string up and then try and smash against each other, if you're into that kind of thing. The fruit case has short, stubby spines, but not very many of them. And if you grip it, you won't be in too much pain. But if you try and pick up a sweet chestnut husk, that's covered in really sharp, prickly spines. One of the first things that you notice as you get a bit closer to your tree might be epicormic shoots. If we start to see them unexpectedly up the trunk, for example, that can be an indication that a disease like sweet chestnut blight is active. You might also see lesions. So on younger trees, these can appear as slightly sunken portions of the bark, sometimes a really bright, strong orange. If you get in even closer, you might see the fruiting bodies of the fungus. So these look like little orange pustules clustered around the sites of lesions. Oriental chestnut gall wasp females lay their eggs in the buds and on the stems of young leaves in the spring. As the larvae inside develop, they cause the plant to produce this gall. So the galls, when they first form, are green, but they quickly take on a kind of a pinkish glow, a bit like a ripe apple, and they stand out amongst the foliage. They're usually around the leaf bases or where the buds would be, but they do sometimes appear on the main rib along the leaf as well. Tree Alert is the GB portal for reporting all tree health concerns. Make sure you check the box that says, check a chestnut. This tree here, fortunately, is in good health. It's a little bit old, but it's looking good and it isn't diseased. Hopefully, when you look at your tree, you don't find anything. If you register with Tree Alert, when you make your report, you can find the Healthy Tree Report form.